Welcome back to the channel. I'm Crypto Trend Trader, and today we're going to be doing some technical analysis on Ethereum. But before we get started, I'd like to remind you it's not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. These markets are extremely volatile, so please trade at your own risk. I'm seeing a lot of people talk about the death cross that's happening on the altcoins, and basically saying like capitulation is near, the end is nigh, like doom and glooming. And I just wanted to basically show a little example of something before you go get scared off by like all these people who are using lagging indicators to try to make decisions. Okay, because the way you're supposed to use indicators is you're supposed to use them to be able to tell what's going to happen, not to tell what's already happened. And when you look at things like a death cross, that's great for long-term potential, for like catching a trending move in one direction, but it's horrible for trading. Okay, and I'm about to show you why. All right, so basically what we have here, this is the 200 moving average, this is the 200 exponential moving average, and the green one, that's the 50 moving average. Okay, matter of fact, what I'm going to go ahead and do here real quick is I'm going to turn off a couple of these other things and just make it a little bit easier for everybody to see. Actually, I do want to leave that on for right now, just to show something. Okay, that's good right there. Alright, so basically we just have it a little bit. Oh, you know what? I'm going to turn off all this too because it just makes it a little clearer. Alright, so now we just have our moving averages basically on there. So you'll see what everybody was talking about is this right here, the death cross, the 50 and the 200. Okay? And when the death cross happens, it basically says, according to the moving averages, the 50 is now above the 200 or below the 200, so we're now entering into a long-term downtrend. Now, alternatively, if you don't use, you got to figure that whenever there's a possibility that people are looking at something different, you have to take into account both those things, okay? And that was my point in the previous video. And all I'm saying is that the 50 has already crossed with the 200 right here, and then we got that little dump right there. All right, so now the 50 is getting ready to cross with the 200 simple also, so we're gonna get that cross as well. So maybe we get another little dump off that or whatever. All right, but this is what everybody's scared about, is basically entering into a daily downtrend. And I get it, okay? We basically got our golden cross right here, and then we went into a nice uptrend. Got the golden cross, went into the uptrend. But look what happened over here. Let's look at these death crosses now before you just go dumping all your altcoins after you've already suffered a massive drawdown. Look at the 50 right here, coming down here. And then look, that's the 200, that's the 200. And it just so happens, in this case, they cross at the exact same spot, the 200s and the 50. Okay, but anyway, my point is, that's it. That's the two 200s and the 50 crossing. That's the death cross. And look what happened exactly at the death cross. The bottom. That the death cross was the absolute bottom of this. And then you literally got a massive trend upward from there. A massive retest, a relief rally, whatever you want to call it, okay? But that signals to the market we're about to enter into a long-term downtrend. It's already too late. The defense has failed. You know, it's going down. But look what happened. 122% gains on Ethereum from the death cross. Okay, so 122% gains. So before you held your Ethereum all the way down 54% loss and then you dump it at the bottom, before you accidentally do that because somebody told you the death cross and that's the end, I mean, it could get up pretty high if we get a little relief rally. And with the small market cap on these coins, it's not unrealistic. So all I'm saying is it might be worth just waiting to see what happens if you've already taken a massive drawdown before you literally sell the bottom. So, but anyway, that's it. I just want to switch over real quick actually, and I'm going to show the weekly chart as well. And again, all I'm going to do here is I just want to make a point, okay? just want to make a point about these death crosses and everything, because moving averages, these are lagging indicators for a reason. They call it that. It's a lagging indicator. It tells you what's already happened. Okay, so when this 10 moving average, the red moving average, broke below the 21 moving average on the weekly, where were we at? The absolute bottom. That's where we're at, the absolute bottom. Okay, that was right where we got our death cross, same exact spot. Okay, and now look, the 21 and the 10 just crossed. We just got the death cross. We're about to get the second death cross. So it's pretty likely that right here, if I had to go out on a limb and say after this massive dump down and Ethereum has found support on the 21 week, okay, and then couldn't get back above it and then dump down from there, if there's somewhere where Ethereum's going to find any kind of support, and this not just like a completely dead asset, basically, it's not just going to continue dumping down into nothingness. I mean, on this time scale, on a weekly time scale, I'm just going to draw a couple, important areas in here. On a weekly time scale, does it look like we're closer to the top or to the bottom? So before you just go unloading your altcoin positions, we may be seeing the bottom come in somewhere around here. Now that's still a drawdown. Ethereum's at 166, so if it came down to that last one here, that's 130. You know what I mean? But I mean, we were at 360 and some change, so you're probably closer to the bottom than you are to the top. And if you look at where Ethereum is right now, we already fell below our bear market support. So we're past the bear market support. So at this point in time, it's not unrealistic to think that we're going to drop down this far and then find support somewhere in this consolidation zone right here. So and if you look at the monthly over here, or the weekly over here, I'm sorry, that wick right there is exactly where we're at right now. So we could literally close the monthly where we're at right now today and then bounce up a little bit and close the weekly, and then we could get a relief rally. I mean, it could be anywhere. It could come up at least to the 21, 200. We could get a decent bounce off of this. It might not be good because honestly this asset is very weak, but the fact of the matter is the weaker the asset is, the more short-term plays. So when we do get that bounce, the more of a spring or slingshot we're going to get off of it. So I'm not saying hold these things to zero, but if you already held it, you're probably closer to the bottom than you are to the top on Ethereum and a lot of these other altcoins. So be careful before you get all sucked into this whole daily death cross, capitulation, Capitulation has been going on. This was capitulation for Ethereum. I mean, this was capitulation for Ethereum. If we're not going to get another move this big on Ethereum, it's not possible. We can't even get another $130 move right now because that's going to take us down to $30. $30 isn't even on this chart. You can't even see it on this chart. So if we get capitulation on Ethereum, I mean, you're talking about barely double digits. So I don't know. I just wanted to stop here and make a point. Is long term, yeah, Ethereum may go way lower. It could go to $30. But more realistic at this point in time, if you've held down through this drawdown, I think you're more likely to get a bounce that would be worth playing at this point in time. I think you're more likely to get a 30% bounce than you are to get a 30% dump. So, alright guys, appreciate you. I just want to take a look at one of the altcoins, Ethereum specifically, one that I know people pay attention to. It gives you a good gauge on the market, at least for the altcoins. This is Crypto Trend Trader. I do appreciate you checking us out. If you enjoyed the video, got something out of it, please come back, check us out. We put out daily content, and I'd love to have some likes and some fresh subscriptions. Just getting the channel started. So, alright, that's Crypto Trend Trader, Ethereum on the daily, dispelling the rumors of the death cross, at least on the short term. Alright, Crypto Trend Trader, signing off.